So a couple of items here, just to run out at the end of the day, in case you guys didn't see it. Gold surged to a record high of $3,160 per ounce. My God, I'm so sorry I sold all my gold at 1800, but there you go. Them's the breaks. Tesla shares plunged 35% in Q1. Oh my God. Looks like Doge is trying to be efficient on the Tesla stock. American Bitcoin launched. I don't know if you heard about this. The Trump sons, they launched they bought out Hut 8, which is a mining company, and then like rebranded it as American Bitcoin. And they want to take advantage of the fact that Bitcoin is going to be in the strategic reserve, and somehow they're going to make money that way. Seems very efficient to me.
Okay.
I mean, sounds like nepotism and anything, whatever, but the name is great. American Bitcoin. I'll take that. Manufacturing PMI at 49, indicating contraction. I was very surprised to see that. Contraction inside of the PMI is one of the things we're looking at. It's a diffusion index that interviews manufacturing sector, and if it contracts at all, it means there's an expectation of bad things to come. And 49 is like, we're headed down into potentially recession territory, which I believe starts at 43 and not at 49. We'll see. Non-farm payroll increased by 228,000, beating expectations. So I always love when you have good news and bad news reports all mixed in. Consumer discretion.
We also closed unemployment rate up to 4.2%, by the way.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Consumer discretionary stocks like Canada Goose hit all-time lows. Tech sector, as we know, underperformed, Nasdaq down 6%. Energy and utility sectors show some resilience. Mexico ETF has its best day since 2020, and then right after that fell, I think, like 9% or whatever. That was a crazy move in that ETF. Mm-hmm. Lululemon falls due to tariff impacts. RH sheds 40% of market cap after tariff rollout. Tariffs are just ripping through the economy. Moderna drops 9% after FDA vaccine chief resigns. I got to look into that story. X2Y2 NFT marketplace shuts down. Crude oil falls 8%. ADP unemployment change adds 155,000 jobs. Trade deficit narrows to 122.7 billion from 130.7. And finally, we talked about it already. Chair Powell spoke at the conference. It's worth watching that interview, because at some point he's sort of like, I didn't play today, but he's not really he didn't get a lot of time to prepare for this market drop, and he sort of gets hit on the face of like, what the hell are you going to do? What's the Fed going to do here? So It's pretty interesting. Go check it out. But other than that, is there anything else you're seeing on your radar that you'd like to point out? Any stocks that are particularly interesting?
Stocks we can talk about next week. Like I said, I have a whole weekend of homework to do. I went
600?
through 680 signals came through, but they all get distilled down to an additional screener and filter that I add to that. But I do have about 10 or 12 companies I'm going to look at right away. Just for a little sneak peek, I think one of the big ones right off the bat, AppLovin is still super interesting to me. I want to review what's going on with Goldman Sachs. They pulled back pretty heavy. There's a company called Schlumberger NV. Capital One Finance is looking pretty good for just keeping an eye on. These are not buys just yet, but as I mentioned earlier, confirmation is super important. So we're looking for the establishment of an uptrend before we start jumping back in again. But these are all companies that are always interesting. They're great revenue generators, good forward earnings, undervalued from a fundamental perspective. And then we're just looking for a technical signal on when to get in.
Let's take a moment to shout out TradersPost, the automated trading platform designed to take the friction out of executing your strategies. Whether you're trading stocks, futures, or crypto, TradersPost connects seamlessly to your broker or exchange, giving you the flexibility to automate your trades without missing a beat. If you're tired of being the bottleneck in your own success, it's time to let automation do the heavy lifting. Head over to TradersPost.io and see how easy it is to streamline your trading. TradersPost, because your strategy deserves to run at full speed.